Okay, so congruent angles, by definition, are two angles that have the exact same measure. When we talk about the same measure, we're talking about angle measure, meaning the measure inside the angle here. So this is a little small to work with, so we're going to use this as our example here. They gave us one angle, we're going to create a congruent angle to that. So our first step is to draw a ray and label the endpoint of the ray D. So I just used a straight edge. You can use your ID to draw this ray. Then the next step is from point A, draw an arc that crosses both of those rays. The measurement doesn't matter, just make sure it crosses both of those rays. But then keep that measurement because you're going to use it again. So you made this arc here. Using the same measurement, you're going to put this on D and make the same arc. I labeled the points B, C here, and then this is E. Then the next step is to measure the distance between B and C and make an arc there. So I measured the distance between B and C, made a mark here. And then using that measurement, put it on E and cross the arc. And this you can label point F. Then, as you may predict, we're going to connect those two dots to create the angle. So the rays may be a different length in your picture, but remember, rays go on forever and ever. So really, even though they might look a different length, they're the same length. What you're doing is you're creating an angle with the same measurement, angle measurement, as the original. And if you're comfortable and you want to continue with number 2, you can. So number 2, starting it out with just a ray, label the point D. Then draw an arc that goes through both rays on your original angle. And then create the same arc from point D. Your next step is to measure the distance between B and C, make an arc there, and then use that same measurement to cross your arc over here. If you're done with this page, if you move to the next page, it's just practicing this again. So once you're done with this one, move to the next one. or you'll continue practicing the same thing. Now, once you've done several examples, you realize that the points that we're labeling don't really matter, and they don't. The reason we're doing the points at the beginning is because it's part of the instructions. I can say measure B to C, but in the actual construction, you don't necessarily have to continue labeling all the points. So for example, for number 3, I'm starting out with a ray. Making an arc there and here. That's blurry. And then crossing here and here.